let's go to Ron DeSantis as a product. Charisma, can he go face-to-face against Trump? No way. You're not going to win. Trust me. Ask Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz. You're not going to be able to do that. Trolling, can he go up against Trump? Nope. You're talking about a street brawler from New York. Good luck trying to do that side. Okay. Where can he go and do that? Military background. Everything he does needs to be at a military unit because he served in the military and he was a JAG lawyer for Navy SEAL unit, all this stuff. Trump can't do that. He can't. Kind of like, remember back in the days when Dukakis tried to set himself up as a leader and he's in the tank, boom, it was over. That is actually an audience that he can play off of. There's 30 million veterans in America. That's a big vote. You can go work off of that. And we'll look at this guy. He looks like he's a military guy. He looks like the commander-in-chief. If he goes and talks about his track record during COVID, is there anybody above him on handling of COVID? Are you kidding me? You got the woke.
Kristi Noem. She's there, but she's not running.
Yeah, you got well, I agree. Totally, you're right. You got the woke who couldn't stand your policies. You forced them, while they had BLM on the floor, to host the NBA Finals in Florida. I mean, how much of I would be talking about that 24/7. AOC came to your state for vacation during Christmas. This should be like, the greatest hits that he can go on nonstop. Now, this is the other part. That sometimes, Megyn, if let's just say, I'm assuming you and Tucker have spoken. I'm not asking for you to answer that. I'm just saying, I'm assuming you and Tucker have spoken. Why is that an assumption? Well, because Tucker is probably a good idea for him to call you. Why is that a good idea? Because you've been through this before, okay, in a different way, but you know what that experience is to go through with Fox. So he's probably called you. I'm assuming Tucker's probably spoken to Beck and maybe even spoken to Bill O'Reilly. Why? Because these were all at one point cream of the crop, right? There is wisdom in calling somebody else that's gone through what you've gone through. Do I think Governor Ron DeSantis has called others to ask for wisdom of what to do, or do I think their camp thinks they know exactly what they're doing? I don't know. But if I'm a betting man, I'm more betting on them thinking they know what they're doing rather than leaning on others who have been through this before to say, what should we do with our marketing strategy? Should I be out there more? I'm in Israel. Yeah, I'm doing this, hey, he's looking tired. What should I be saying when I'm doing this? I think there's an element of that where you got to bring some of the right supporting cast around you to help with the strategy. Who knows? Look, in about 2 weeks when he's going to be making the announcement that he's running because, he's got to lock in his governor position. Maybe in 2 weeks when he comes out, Megyn, he's going to shock the hell out of all of us. He's going to take the gloves and say, ready? Let's go, because I'm free now. You were thinking I was afraid? I've not been afraid. I couldn't make the decision till now. Let's roll. And maybe we're going to be shocked. But until then, I think a lot of the criticism he's getting is fair.
He's going to be in Iowa at the same time as Donald Trump, which seems like a disaster waiting to happen. I mean, that seems like taking on Trump in his territory. Remember, Trump last time in Iowa was literally giving people free helicopter rides in his helicopter.
But that's him. He's the marketing guy. He gets marketing. Trump is a marketer.
Yeah. True. I mean, that's how he made most of his money before the Celebrity Apprentice, was just marketing out his name and getting paid license fees. He didn't actually run these buildings. He let them use the Trump name, which, used to be not that controversial. It's different now. All those buildings along the Upper West Side where you used to ride the West Side Highway was Trump, 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 Trump. Not a single one has that anymore because it's the Upper West Side. But it's tough to have it like head to head where you're trying to charm people and out-charm Trump. But I think you're making good sense. I mean, maybe he could lean in. If I were DeSantis, and I'm not saying this because I complained that he didn't come on the show and give me an interview, because I really think he should have done that. But I actually, if I were DeSantis, I would say go on with somebody, whether it's me or somebody else, who can help you own your foibles, your weaknesses, who can help you make fun of yourself. I would ask him, what's with the weird head bob? What are you doing that? Why am I seeing these videos of you looking like that? It's kind of off-putting. I would ask him that. I asked Putin why he's doing all these shirtless photos. Trust me, I would ask DeSantis this question. And then we'd have a chance to laugh about it.
You have a track record of asking those questions.
Yeah, I do. And then we'd have a chance to laugh about it. And I think people would get to see him be maybe self-deprecating, maybe own a little weirdness about him. Maybe he's a little nerdy. I don't know but the answer is not to keep yourself in only protected spaces. Even Trump, next week he's going to do a town hall on CNN, which is okay, that is not a safe space for Trump. I'm actually kind of curious about the strategy. I don't think there's a lot of gettable voters on, watching CNN right now. I see why CNN wants to do it. But I applaud the decision to just sort of go in places that are unexpected.
You got to respect that, right? I mean, when you think about boxing, UFC, MMA, we like fights. You got to love the guy that's willing to go anywhere, anytime to brawl and fight. There's something about that that's very attractive and appealing with Trump wanting to go on CNN. Strategically, logically, on 70 different points, we can say, don't do this. It doesn't make any sense. But what's he going to do? Is Trump going to wait for Fox to flip their positions from DeSantis to Trump? Because, a lot of times you're hearing about the news that, the Fox is taking a position with DeSantis over Trump. And even the poll that came out is a Fox poll that's showing Trump ahead of DeSantis. So Trump's not going to be the one that's going to wait for Fox to want to support him. That's not his play. He will go find a media. You know why? Because there's certain people in the world that when you put the camera in front of them, they get eyeballs. People want to know what they have to say. There's not too many of them. He's at the top of that list. When he talks, people show up. And CNN knows financially they're making the right move to get him on there. But I know you're saying, is there going to be anybody to flip there? I think you and I may be surprised how many people are sitting there and saying, really, I have to choose between this guy and Joe Biden? I mean, so many people that are not politically conservative or libertarian or independent. Megyn, Joe Rogan just said if he had to choose between Biden and Trump, he's going Trump. If you would have said Joe's going to say this 7 years ago.
He's a lefty. People may not know this. He's a lefty. He wanted Bernie Sanders last time.
He wanted Bernie Sanders. So Elon Musk is now sitting there saying anything but Biden. So, I think you don't need as big of an audience as we think we need. You need a small percentage of people to flip. And if CNN's willing to host it, you know what he's going to do. He's going to troll them. He's going to mock a lot of people. He's going to tell a couple jokes. He's going to call out and push his agenda. And they're going to ask him tough questions. He's going to flip it on them. The interviewer is going to be just as scared as anybody else to interview him because he knows the interview is going to flip very, very quickly when you interview somebody like Trump. And he's going to handle it. But, again, the question is conversion. You're asking the right question. We're going to find out 16 months from now, whatever the timeline is, 15 months from now, 17 months from now, if it's going to work or not.